Hey everyone, welcome back to the next installment of the Holy Grail of Healing. This one's probably the most intimidating for me because I totally believe that Virgo and Chiron go hand in hand. I've always called Virgos God's little busy bees because they go around cleaning up the stuff that nobody else wants to fuck with. But we're talking about Chiron in Virgo, and this is about healing and trusting, learning to do that. And whatever path or whatever part of your journey you're on, you could have already healed this. This could be not healed at all. You may still be struggling with it. Whatever the case, just take everything with a grain of salt because everybody's different. First of all, the Ascended Master for Chiron and Virgo natal placement people is Hilarion. He has a lot to do with healing, mental health, and health. Totally Virgo. The wound that Chiron and Virgo has is compulsiveness and being too controlling. And the gift of healing that is self-healing. It's self-explanatory because, like I said, Chiron and Virgo are two peas in a pod. This may sound like your typical Virgo, but I'm just going to tell you right now, a Chiron and Virgo in a lot of cases is going to be a lot harder for a Virgo sun. Just depends on the chart. This placement causes an individual to deal with a lot of, like I said, compulsiveness, which leads to severe stress. Like a Virgo, you like to be in control and you're usually a perfectionist in whatever you apply yourself to. So obviously, along with the theme of Virgo, you can find yourself overly analytical and super critical on others, but mainly yourself. And this goes for every sign. I should have said this in the beginning. If your Chiron is retrograde, it's like double hard for that healing. And I also want to put out there that if you do have a Chiron in Virgo placement, you most likely have that wound from dying from not taking care of yourself health-wise in your past life, and that wound's still there, and that's what you're working on now. The key to your healing is to learn to lighten up, basically. Feel the joy of just living in the moment, which is really hard for Chiron and Virgos. Chiron and Virgo, you may be the type of person that's obsessed with being 100% healthy and super focused on your well-being and physical health, even more than a Virgo sun in most cases. We should all know that balance is an obvious healthy way of living, so this goes for everything in life. If you're going to put all your energy into one side of the spectrum, if you want to go all yin or all yang, you need to understand that there's cons that are going to go along with that. If you stay in the middle and stay balanced, everything's just kind of and you can enjoy life. But even if you want to be the best or being the worst, there's pros and cons to both. Homeless people get blessed all the time, but they're living in the worst. Perfect people on this side always get the cons of you think you're too perfect when you obviously aren't. Nobody's perfect, so you get what I'm saying. Chiron and Virgo people need to work on this lesson by learning to relax, because while you're overstressing about possible outcomes, you're actually giving those unwanted outcomes more energy, more life, more manifestation. Hence why the lesson of giving yourself a break is so important. A side note, a lot of Chiron and Virgos don't feel comfortable in their physical bodies because they worry so much about getting old, getting sick, not taking care of yourself enough. But they have no clue of how much unnecessary stress they're putting on themselves and how much they're manifesting more of what they don't want if you're not healed a lot in this area of your life with Chiron. The good thing about Chiron in general is that the particular wound ultimately encourages you to embrace these challenges, these hardships, rather than suppressing them. When you can heal your Chiron and Virgo, you start to decode genetic pain, understand that more, find out about holistic ways that the FDA totally doesn't want us knowing about. That's a given. And start to create remedies of healing and awareness for yourself and for others. Recommendations of healing with this placement is to always make time for yourself, to shove all your worries away and go spend time in nature. It's so important for Chiron and Virgos to do that. Exploring caves, exploring the forest, swimming in the ocean. These are the best styles of meditation for you guys. It's also important to understand that this placement causes you to be so sensitive about your body and health that it's nearly impossible to tap in and distinguish the difference of mental pain and physical pain and how all that works. If you take any advice from this video, I'd say relax, calm down. No one is perfect and no one will ever be perfect. Life is not as serious as we make it out to be. It's really not. If we flunk, we take it over. This is the Holy Grail of the Holy Grail with Virgo and Chiron, and the ability to do it for yourself and others too. Now, stones to work with: emerald, aquamarine, turquoise, and ammonite. A good mantra in meditation, preferably out in nature, is I love the earth and her many kingdoms. Through nature, I feel joy, and that's what heals me. See y'all for Chiron and Libra.